Have you ever wondered why some men barely try, yet women can't stop thinking about them, while others work so hard and still get ignored? It almost feels unfair, doesn't it? But the truth is, attraction doesn't follow fairness. It follows psychology. What makes a woman obsessed isn't your bank balance, your jawline, or the words you say. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you think, react, and live. These are the silent languages of power, and most men never learn to speak them. But once you do, once you embody these 7 Stoic psychological principles, you'll stop chasing. Women will start noticing you without trying to understand why. So, let's break them down one by one. 1. Mystery, the silent magnetism. Women are drawn to what they can't easily define. The moment she completely understands you, the mystery dies, and with it, the attraction. If you reveal everything about yourself too soon, your emotions, your fears, your past, she subconsciously puts you in a box. You become predictable, safe, and invisible. Think of the last movie you watched where you already knew the ending. Boring, right? That's exactly how she feels when you explain your whole life story in the first few dates. A Stoic man doesn't hide to manipulate. He stays silent because he doesn't need validation. He understands that mystery isn't deception. It's depth. It's the quiet confidence of a man who doesn't need to be understood to feel worthy. Let her wonder about you. Let her fill in the blanks. Curiosity is the seed from which obsession grows. 2. Emotional control, the power she can't break. Most men lose control at the first emotional trigger: anger, jealousy, rejection. They react instead of responding. But Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That includes how you respond to women. When she pulls away, when she goes silent, when she tests your patience. The weak man panics. He double texts, over-explains, apologizes for things he didn't do. But the Stoic man? He smiles, breathes, and returns to his purpose. His energy remains unshaken. That calmness drives her insane because it's rare. She starts thinking, why isn't he reacting? Why does he feel so secure? That's when the shift happens. She begins to chase, not because you ignored her, but because you refuse to be emotionally conquered. A man who controls his emotions controls every room he walks into, including hers. 3. Presence, the modern rarity. Not online presence, not texting presence, real presence. Eye contact, calm tone, grounded energy. When you speak to her, look into her eyes as if nothing else exists. Don't scroll, don't rush, don't fill silence with noise. Silence, when paired with presence, becomes power. Most people live distracted lives, but a Stoic man lives in full awareness. He listens, not to reply, but to understand. And when he speaks, every word carries weight. Women feel that. They feel the difference between a man who listens and a man who waits to speak. That moment, that stillness, it leaves a mark. Long after you leave, she replays that energy in her mind, wondering why she felt safe, seen, and slightly addicted. Presence is the rarest form of dominance in a distracted world. 4. Detachment, the space that creates desire. Here's where most men destroy attraction: by clinging. They equate love with control, attention with security. But nothing suffocates a woman faster than a man who can't breathe without her. A Stoic understands that nothing external truly belongs to him, not money, not praise, not even love. He enjoys it, but he doesn't depend on it. So, when she pulls away, he doesn't panic. When she tests him, he remains calm. That composure flips the dynamic. She feels the distance. She senses that you could walk away at any time, and that uncertainty makes her value you more. Because what's scarce becomes precious. Detachment isn't indifference, it's strength. It says, I choose you, but I don't need you, and that balance is irresistible. 5. Self-mastery, the core of magnetism. You want her obsessed? Master yourself first. Discipline is the purest form of attraction because it signals control, ambition, and self-respect. The man who wakes up early, trains his body, builds his career, sharpens his mind, he radiates something different. His life carries gravity. When he walks into a room, his presence says, I've earned my peace. A woman feels that. She looks at him and thinks, if he can control himself, he can lead me. That's when respect transforms into desire, because at her core, every woman craves the stability of a man who governs his own impulses. Self-mastery is silent. You don't announce it, you live it, and people, including women, feel it before they see it. 6. Purpose, the root of obsession. Here's a truth most men avoid. If she becomes your purpose, you've already lost her. When you orbit around a woman like a planet around the sun, she loses respect. A Stoic man never abandons his mission. His purpose comes first, his vision, his craft, his growth. A woman wants to join your journey, not be your destination. When she sees that your goals matter more than her temporary approval, she feels safe and challenged. That's when obsession begins. She realizes your time is valuable, your attention is earned, and your focus is sacred. You're not another man seeking meaning through her. You're a man who already has meaning. Purpose doesn't push her away, it draws her closer, because she knows she's dealing with someone rare. 7. Unpredictability, the fire that keeps her hooked. Routine kills emotion. Predictability kills desire. Most men fall into patterns, same texts, same dates, same conversations. But women are emotional creatures. They live through feeling. Surprise fuels emotion. A Stoic man keeps his values steady but his actions fresh. One day he's romantic, the next he's silent, focused on his craft. He might take her to dinner one night and disappear into his solitude the next. She never quite knows what's next, and that keeps her hooked. But don't confuse unpredictability with chaos. The difference is control. She knows you're stable, grounded, unbreakable, yet never boring. That's the paradox every woman finds irresistible. The man who is both safe and exciting, calm yet full of mystery. A tale of power and weakness. Imagine two men. The first man gives a woman everything right away. Constant messages, endless explanations. He talks about his dreams, his fears, his past, his plans, all within days. He showers her with gifts, attention, and validation. At first she enjoys it, but soon she begins to feel something shift inside. The thrill fades, the mystery disappears. He becomes predictable, safe, and emotionally exposed. And once predictability sets in, attraction dies. The second man is different. He doesn't rush. He doesn't reveal everything at once. When he talks, he's calm. When he listens, he's focused. His presence is heavy, the kind that makes you feel something without knowing why. He never chases. He doesn't cling. He simply exists with strength, purpose, and silence. She can't figure him out, and that's what keeps him in her thoughts. She finds herself replaying his words, his tone, his pauses. She wonders where he is, what he's doing, who he's with. That curiosity turns into desire, and that desire turns into obsession. Not because he manipulated her, but because he mastered himself. The Stoic difference. The modern man begs for attention. The Stoic man commands it. The modern man reacts to emotions. The Stoic man studies them. The modern man chases comfort. The Stoic man pursues mastery. That difference is everything. When a man builds himself, women feel it. When he controls his emotions, the world respects it. When he stays calm in chaos, everyone looks up to him. Because in a society addicted to reaction, stillness becomes magnetic. You see, women don't become obsessed with men who try too hard. They become obsessed with men who don't need to try, because their confidence is real, not borrowed from validation. She senses it, she tests it, and the more you pass those silent tests, the deeper her respect grows. Respect becomes admiration. Admiration becomes desire, and desire, when paired with restraint, becomes obsession. The truth most men miss. Here's the hard truth. Most men will never reach this level. Not because they can't, but because they won't. They'll keep chasing attention instead of building presence. They'll keep arguing for validation instead of mastering silence. They'll keep reacting to emotions instead of controlling them. And then they'll wonder why they're ignored, ghosted, or forgotten. But the Stoic man understands something deeper. He knows that obsession is not built by force. It's earned through discipline, self-respect, and purpose. He becomes the kind of man who doesn't beg for connection. He becomes the connection. When you live this way, everything changes. You stop trying to impress because your life itself becomes impressive. You stop trying to convince because your energy already persuades. You stop chasing because you finally understand. Stillness is strength. The reflection. So ask yourself this: which man are you? The one who overshares, overtexts, overgives, and ends up drained? Or the one who moves with intention, says less, observes more, and lets his silence speak louder than words? Because the truth is, every woman can feel the difference. And deep down, you can too. Women don't fall for mystery by chance. They fall for men who have earned the right to be mysterious, through discipline, mastery, and purpose. They crave the man who can walk away with peace, who can love without losing himself, who can stand in silence and still feel powerful. That man is Stoic. So here's your choice. You can keep living like the average man, chasing, explaining, hoping she sees your worth. Or you can rise above that noise, live these 7 Stoic principles, embody mystery, control your emotions, be fully present, detach from need, master yourself, prioritize your mission, stay unpredictable. Do that, and you'll never have to chase again, because women and the world will chase you. If this message spoke to you, if it woke something inside you, don't just scroll away. Reflect on it. Ask yourself which of these 7 traits you've been neglecting, and more importantly, which one you'll start practicing today. Because change doesn't come from knowing, it comes from becoming. Welcome again to Stoic Reflections, where men evolve, emotions are understood, and wisdom turns into strength. Until next time, stay calm, stay grounded, and stay untouchable.